Ready to break free from the cubicle walls.
Let's do it.
Today we're diving into Pamela Slim's Escape from Cubicle Nation, a roadmap for anyone considering a leap into entrepreneurship.
It's a great guide, whether you're just starting to think about it or you're ready to make the move.
Slim's a life coach and consultant, so she's worked with a lot of people just like you.
She brings a ton of real-world experience to the table.
One of the things that really struck me was how she talks about even high achievers at top companies wanting to escape.
Right. Like these are people who are supposedly at the top of their game.
You'd think they'd be happy, but
But a lot of them are dreaming of something more.
Slim actually asked a bunch of high achievers at a Fortune 100 company to describe their ideal work life.
And
So many of them said they wanted out of the corporate world altogether.
wow, that's pretty telling.
It makes you wonder what they were giving up for that stability.
Yeah.
Slim found that a lot of people felt like they were trading in their creativity and passions just for a steady paycheck.
She even uses the term numbed out to describe that feeling.
I can relate to that. But then there's that voice in your head, right? The one that's like, what if I fail? What if I can't pay my bills?
Oh, absolutely. What will people think?
Exactly. Slim calls these lizard fears, those primal instincts that can totally paralyze us.
It's like our brains are hardwired to avoid risk. There's a ton of research in behavioral psychology on that.
So it's totally normal to feel those fears.
Definitely. But Slim argues that the first step to overcoming them is to understand them.
It's almost like you have to tame them.
She actually compares it to taming a wild animal.
Okay, I like that.
Like you wouldn't just walk up to a lion and expect it to be your buddy.
You'd study it, learn its behaviors.
Figure out what makes it tick.
Right, and approach it with caution and respect.
Exactly.
So how do we tame those lizard fears and start moving forward?
Well, one thing Slim talks about is detoxing from corporate life.
Now, I don't think she means quit your job tomorrow.
No, not at all.
But taking steps to reclaim your creative energy.
And reconnect with the things that make you feel alive.
Things you've been putting off because of work.
Exactly.
Slim suggests trying to see things with fresh eyes, like a beginner.
Beginner's mind.
Exactly. Being open and curious.
And willing to learn new things.
No, she gives this hilarious example of what she calls an expert mind trap.
Ooh, I'm intrigued. Tell me.
Okay, imagine someone saying, I don't need to learn about marketing for small businesses because I have an MBA and was a marketing VP.
Right.
But the skills you need to market your own business are totally different.
It's like using a hammer to fix a leaky faucet. The wrong tool for the job.
I love that. So if you're thinking about starting a business, be ready to learn new skills and adapt.
Absolutely.
This brings us to another interesting concept Slim explores. The idea of your essential self versus your social self.
Well, that's a good one.
Have you ever felt like the person you are at work?
It's totally different from who you are deep down.
Yeah.
All the time. We all wear different hats, right?
But sometimes those roles clash.
Big time.
Like your social self might want the status of a corporate job.
While your essential self craves more freedom.
Exactly. Slim argues that being aware of this tension is key to a good transition.
Makes sense.
She tells the story about a shy little boy who comes alive when he breakdances.
Oh, I love that.
Off the dance floor, he's quiet and reserved, but
when the music starts,
his inner tiger is unleashed. He becomes this confident performer.
That's such a powerful metaphor.
It shows that we all have hidden talents that might not fit our corporate personas.
Like you might be a spreadsheet whiz by day, but dream of being a pastry chef by night.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The key is to honor both your essential self and your social self.
So you can live a life that feels authentic.
How do you tap into that essential self? Slim suggests this exercise called the Bug Called You notebook.
Okay, what's that?
You write down all the things you're passionate about, even if they seem totally unrelated to your work.
Just let those ideas flow.
And don't censor yourself. This is where you unleash your inner child.
The one who dreams big.
And isn't afraid to think outside the box.
Love it.
So, let's say your notebook is bursting with ideas. Now what?
Time to put them to the test.
Right. Slim is a big advocate for testing those ideas in the real world.
Don't be afraid to share them and get feedback.
It's better to fail fast and refine your offerings than pour your heart into something that flops.
Totally agree. And this is where your tribe comes in.
Ah, yes. The importance of a support system.
You don't have to go it alone on this journey.
Think about the people in your life who champion your dreams.
The ones who believe in you,
They're your tribe.
and they can make all the difference.
One of my favorite tips from Slim is becoming an entrepreneurial matchmaker.
Ooh, what's that?
Connect people with shared interests. Imagine introducing a budding entrepreneur to a potential mentor.
Or even a future business partner.
Exactly. That's some serious tribe-building magic.
It's a win-win. You're helping others and expanding your own network.
Okay, so we've covered taming those lizard fears, detoxing from corporate life, embracing our essential selves, and building a supportive tribe.
Sounds like a good foundation.
But what about the practical skills you need to actually run a business? That's what we'll dive into next time.
Can't wait.
Back for more of Escape from Cubicle Nation.
Let's dig deeper.
Last time we explored those lizard fears and our essential selves.
Now it's time for the nitty-gritty of building an awesome entrepreneurial life.
And Slim starts with crafting a compelling brand.
Not just a fancy logo.
Right. It's about creating an experience for your customers that reflects your values.
And sets you apart. Makes you stand out.
Slim says, your brand is your promise to your customers.
I like that.
It's about delivering on that promise consistently and building trust.
Authenticity is key.
So true. Slim suggests asking yourself some key questions to define your brand's spirit.
Like what?
What makes my business unique? What problems am I passionate about solving?
Okay, yeah.
What kind of experience do I want my customers to have?
So you're getting to the heart of it.
She tells this great story about a wedding photographer named Sergio who totally nailed his brand.
Oh, I love a good example. Tell me about him.
His website had these stunning photos, so emotional.
Not the typical posed shots.
No, not at all. And when Slim called him, he was so warm and personable.
You could tell he genuinely cared.
And wanted to understand her vision. It's a perfect example of how a strong brand attracts the right customers.
He wasn't just selling photos, but an experience.
Exactly. So how do we translate that to our own businesses?
Right. How do we apply that?
Let's say you're a graphic designer specializing in logos for eco-conscious startups.
Okay. How would you define your brand to attract those clients?
You could highlight your commitment to sustainability, your passion for helping businesses make a positive impact.
And your talent for creating logos that capture their essence.
I like that. It's about finding where your passions meet your customers' needs.
That sweet spot.
Speaking of customers, Slim has this exercise called the Ideal Customer Avatar.
Ooh, that sounds interesting. What's that?
You create a detailed profile of your ideal client.
Okay.
Like what are their demographics, interests, values, even their pain points.
So you can really understand who you're serving.
Right. It helps focus your marketing and build a brand that resonates.
Makes sense. So you've got your brand figured out. Now what? Time to market it, right?
Totally. And Slim emphasizes that marketing doesn't have to be complicated or expensive.
Especially when you're starting out.
She advocates for a grassroots approach.
Building relationships.
Providing value.
I like that.
One of her favorite strategies is content marketing.
Creating valuable content.
Blog posts, articles, videos, social media content. Something that educates, entertains, or inspires your potential customers.
Become a go-to resource.
Exactly. Build a community.
Slim also talks about leveraging your existing network.
Oh, absolutely. Remember the entrepreneurial matchmaker concept?
Connecting people.
It's a powerful marketing strategy. You could partner with a complementary business for a promotion.
Win-win.
And don't forget social media. Slim says to experiment with different platforms and find what works for you.
See where your people are.
Exactly. And one thing we can't forget, word of mouth marketing.
The best kind of marketing.
Provide exceptional customer service, exceed expectations. Happy customers spread the word.
True. Okay, we've talked branding, we've talked marketing. What about money?
The financial side of things. Slim doesn't sugarcoat the challenges.
It can be scary to think about.
She emphasizes understanding your personal finances before launching a business.
Know where you stand.
Check your credit score, reduce expenses, build that cash reserve.
Smart moves.
I remember feeling totally overwhelmed when I first started thinking about business finances.
Me too.
Then I came across Slim's money game exercise. It was a game changer.
Oh, what's that?
It helps break down your income needs into smaller chunks.
Okay.
Like, if you need to earn $60,000 a year to live comfortably,
A big number.
Right, but instead of feeling intimidated, you reframe it as needing to make $164 a day.
Oh, that feels more manageable.
Much less daunting. And Slim also provides strategies for addressing those emotional blocks around money.
Oh, yeah, the money trolls.
Exactly, like, I'm not good with money, or I'll never make enough.
We all have those voices.
Slim encourages us to challenge those negative beliefs.
Flip the script.
Replace them with positive affirmations like, I am capable of managing my finances, or I am worthy of abundance.
I like that.
Speaking of abundance, Slim doesn't shy away from the topic of benefits as a self-employed person.
Health insurance, retirement savings, important stuff,
She offers detailed guidance on navigating those waters.
which can be confusing.
Definitely. She acknowledges that it can be overwhelming, but she provides step-by-step advice on researching and choosing the best options for your situation.
So you're not lost at sea.
One key recommendation is to start planning early.
Don't wait until the last minute.
Exactly. Start researching health insurance and retirement savings plans before leaving your job.
Smart.
And she also suggests seeking guidance from professionals, insurance brokers or financial advisors. They can help you make informed decisions.
Okay, so branding, marketing, finances, all crucial. But what about the legal and logistical side of things?
Oh yeah, all those ducks in a row. Slim devotes a whole chapter to that.
Yeah.
She emphasizes working with qualified professionals.
Like lawyers and accountants.
They can guide you on setting up your business structure, taxes, and legal requirements.
Make sure you're legit.
Slim offers advice on choosing the right business structure, setting up a separate bank account,
Essential stuff.
securing permits and licenses,
Can't forget those.
and protecting your intellectual property. It's about laying a solid foundation.
Avoiding those entrepreneurial headaches.
One tip I found super helpful was to create a general business information sheet. It has all your essential details, like contact information, tax ID, and insurance policies.
Keep it all in one place.
Easy access. And don't underestimate the power of organization. Slim emphasizes having a system for managing documents and files, filing system, backing up data.
Stay on top of it,
It creates order and efficiency.
so you can focus on the work you love.
And speaking of that, Slim has insights on creating a productive and creative work environment.
Ooh, that's important.
She says to think about your workspace. Does it inspire you?
Yeah, where do you do your best work?
Maybe a dedicated home office?
A co-working space,
Or even working remotely from a location that sparks creativity.
like a coffee shop or a beach.
And she stresses setting boundaries.
Even if you're working from home,
Have office hours, separate work from personal life.
so you don't feel like you're always on.
It's about creating a sustainable work-life balance. So we've covered branding, marketing, finances, legal stuff, and creating a productive work environment.
A lot of ground covered.
But how do you know when it's time to actually leave your corporate job? That's what we'll explore next time in our final deep dive.
The moment of truth.
Welcome back. It's time for the final part of our Escape from Cubicle Nation deep dive. We've talked branding, marketing, finances, the works.
Now for the main event.
Yeah.
Actually making the leap from employee to entrepreneur.
And Slim stresses that this isn't an overnight thing.
Right. It's a process.
Yeah.
More like dipping your toes in the pool before diving headfirst.
Love that analogy. It's tempting to quit your job and go all in, but Slim suggests a more gradual approach.
Maybe start your business on the side while you're still working.
That way, you test the waters, gain some experience, and build momentum without relying solely on the new venture for income.
Plus, those entrepreneurial ups and downs are easier to handle with a steady paycheck as a safety net.
Speaking of ups and downs, Slim acknowledges the emotional roller coaster of entrepreneurship.
It's real.
Yeah.
1 minute you're on top of the world, the next you're doubting everything.
And it's easy to compare ourselves to other entrepreneurs who seem to have it all figured out.
But everyone's journey is different, right?
Exactly. Slim reminds us that there's no right way to do things.
Celebrate your wins, no matter how small.
Landed a new client, website finally launched.
High five.
Those little victories boost confidence and keep you going.
And don't forget your tribe.
Those supportive friends, family, mentors, fellow entrepreneurs who cheer you on.
They keep you grounded, focused, especially when those lizard fears creep back in.
So you've taken the leap, you're riding the roller coaster, you've got your tribe. But what about those days when motivation is low?
Slim suggests revisiting your original vision.
Remember why you started? What impact did you want to make? What problem were you excited to solve?
Sometimes we get lost in the day-to-day and lose sight of the bigger picture.
Slim suggests creating a vision board or a dream file.
Fill it with inspiring images, quotes, anything that lights you up,
Having those visual reminders of your goals can be super motivating.
like a personal cheerleader.
And for practical tips, Slim is all about breaking down big goals into smaller, more manageable tasks.
Makes things less overwhelming.
It's like that saying, how do you eat an elephant?
One bite at a time,
Exactly. You create momentum and see progress.
which keeps you motivated. But let's be real, sometimes things don't go as planned.
Setbacks happen. So what's Slim's take on dealing with those moments?
She has a great perspective on failure.
Tell me more.
She sees it as a stepping stone to success, not the opposite of it.
It's all about learning from those setbacks. What went wrong?
What could you do differently next time?
Adopt that growth mindset and see challenges as opportunities for improvement.
And remember, you've got your tribe to support you through those tough times.
So, you've made the leap, you're riding the waves, you're staying motivated, you're learning from setbacks. But how do you create an entrepreneurial life that's not only successful, but also fulfilling and sustainable?
Slim emphasizes that it's about more than just making money.
Right. It's about aligning your work with your values, passions, and your definition of success.
Be intentional about how you structure your work. Set those boundaries.
Prioritize self-care. Make time for the things that matter most.
It's about finding that work-life balance that lets you thrive.
And sometimes that means saying no to opportunities that don't align with your goals or values.
Even if they seem tempting, be selective with your time and energy.
Focus on the projects and clients that truly light you up. Slim reminds us that building a business is a marathon, not a sprint.
Pace yourself, take breaks, celebrate those wins along the way.
And remember why you started: to create a life of freedom, purpose, and impact.
Exactly. Well, there you have it, our deep dive into Escape from Cubicle Nation.
Pamela Slim offers such a practical and inspiring roadmap for anyone thinking about making that leap.
If you're feeling the entrepreneurial itch, definitely check out her book.
It might just be the push you need to escape Cubicle Nation and create the life you've always dreamed of. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
It's been a pleasure exploring this with you.
We'll be back next time with another deep dive into a topic that matters to you.
Until then, keep chasing those entrepreneurial dreams.